If you have a Royal Enfield Himalayan and are considering the Fuel X Pro, stay tuned. Ron here with Southwest Colorado Adventures with the Fuel X Pro review only. I figured it doesn't make sense for someone who's just researching the product and hasn't bought to have both the install and the review on the same video. Now, this product is recommended by Tech Bike Parks over in the UK. They're the ones that make the hotter cams for this bike that have gotten really good reviews as well. And they say that this is a must-have for the Himalayan. If you want the install, I'll link that up top. Also, the Fuel X Pro was on sale whenever I bought it for about 20 bucks off plus free shipping. I'll link that down in the description if you want to check that out as well, or if you decide to buy. We start off the video with a speed test that's not scientific at all. The wind was different directions. I think I had pizza the night before. It's not a great test, and it's a speed test exclusively, something that's not really supposed to be a benefit of the Fuel X Pro. There are many others, which I'll cover in the rest of the video. I appreciate you stopping by. If you find value in this video, please like and consider subscribing to my channel. Now, I just switched out the plates on this bike from the dealer tag to the metal plates, so we're just getting going. There is way more to come. Love to have you join me on that journey. In fact, while I was just about to come down here and re-record the intro to this video, something else popped up on my doorstep. This is a Delcovic 14-inch carbon fiber slip-on exhaust. I'm going to get this sucker put together and do a review of that as well. Ironically, the Fuel X Pro is really supposed to shine whenever you start doing add-ons like this. So we'll just see. And I'll cover the Fuel X Pro performance once I've installed this as well. So this is what the Fuel X Pro looks like whenever you start it up. This is the map switch right here. Up, you increase the richness of the fuel. Down, you decrease. Factory setting is 3, which is what I believe I have it set at right now. You see that? 3 flashes. The 3 flashes indicate which map setting it is on currently, which is the factory setting. When I first got this thing installed, the very first thing that flashed up was number 7. So that means that I was set 4 richer than what the factory theoretically was set at. Now I'm at altitude. I don't think I need to go richer. In fact, if anything, the other direction. Now, roll film.
So this little hill is the one that I've had a challenge keeping it up on the speed limit. Now we're below 70, still above 65, which is good enough. 65, 64. Okay, 65. See the sign right there? Bike. That's how fast we gotta go. Yes, I know we just passed a 55-mile-an-hour speed limit sign. Okay, we're down to 65 already, but not lower. $64. Down to 60, and there's the 65-mile-an-hour sign. Okay, so now we're on the factory setting, which is 3 beeps. And it's pegged to everything she's got. We're 65. 64, 64, and we are now under 60 at the same spot we were at 60.
Hello again, everybody, and thanks for making it this far. Now for the top takeaways from the Fuel X Pro, including the big one. Did it give the performance I was hoping for? If you took anything good away from this video, please like it. If you look forward to more, hit subscribe and smash the bell for the next one. Despite losing a screw for an hour between the fender and the fork tree after it fell out when I was trying to mount the hand switch for the FuelX Pro, overall it was a pretty simple installation. Pretty excited about that. Keep in mind, I am not a mechanic. And all of this installation provided me another reason to have to go out and ride the bike. Now, my disclaimer, I'm not a scientist. Keep in mind, this is not scientific. This is just me getting out, doing the work, changing it out, and then going out and riding to see if there's any differences that I notice. So don't hold me to everything that I'm saying. The wind is different. The sun's shining different. I ate pizza last night. There's too many variables to be able to account for, okay? And here's the biggest disclaimer. Even if it doesn't give me exactly what I want in performance, I'm happy. Because the reality is, I bought this bike for going on the trails, for riding up to Silverton, to the town that's a ghost town now, but it's on a four-wheel drive trail. That's what I bought the bike for. I didn't buy the bike to be riding on the highways and being able to carve canyons. Highways are simply an obstacle between where I am now and the trails that are at elevation and on dirt. So that's my big disclaimer. If you've not watched one of my rides yet, what in the world? I'm putting the link up there to one of the last rides that I did. Check it out. I'm having fun. Hope you enjoy it as well. With this video, we've got positives and we got negatives. Okay, here's the positive things that I took away from this. Number one, the startup didn't need the choke when I went out this afternoon to start it up. I hit the start button, it started, it idled, and it was good to go. The other night, after I had installed it, I had to use the throttle to get it going, but I believe that was before we actually switched any of the maps up. And we found out that it was set for leaner than factory, in fact. So we've got that set back down. Now, factory is at 3 blips of the light. I've got it set at 2, which means I'm 1 leaner than the way it came from the factory. So that actually has improved substantially. Number 2, there is much more throttle response. When I'm riding along and I decide to hit the gas, I actually felt it when I hit the gas. It did not throw me off the back of the bike. It didn't leave me on the street. I didn't pop a wheelie, but the difference was noticeable. In my opinion, actually the first time it happened, I was surprised. I was like, whoa, what's that? I should slow down, back off. So anyway, throttle response. Number 3, top speed. I was able to get up to 80 today. Normally, my top speed has been 75, maybe 77. I've never hit 80, uphill, downhill, wind at my back, never. So today, my speed was increased. I'll take that as a positive. Not scientific. I don't know why it happened. Maybe the moon was aligned perfectly, but it happened. Number 4, the price. If the things that I've been talking about, the concerns that you have with your Himalayan, then you can save $120 over buying the Powertronic ECU by getting the FuelX Pro, because this solves some of the issues that people have with Himalayans. The difficult to start, difficult to idle, that stuff is out there. People are having some issues with that. I haven't really had it after I've warmed up the bike. I live in a colder climate, so I'm kind of used to warming things up. It's not a big deal to me. So it's $179. I'll put a link down in the description if you want to check it out. And it is compatible with all the Euro 4 and Euro 5 Himalayans. Number 5, ease of installation. Overall, it was not difficult to put together. Okay, so there are a few negatives, and they're not huge, they're nitpicks, okay? But one of them is, you've got a switch for the map that's like that big. I'm not sure why it's that big, but it is huge, it is retro and steampunk, and yeah, I guess it goes with the Himalayan a little bit. But if you're like me, we've got pretty crowded handlebars. So really being able to try to find a place to mount that thing on the handlebars was not super easy. Second concern, it does only cost $50 less than the Tech Bike Cam. If performance is the real issue, if you're not having any of the issues that I already talked about, and you're really just looking for more oomph, then spend an extra $50 over the 179, go to Tech Bike Parts. It's a company over in the UK, and they've made a cam that will give you some substantial, actual, noticeable, tangible dynoed performance gains. So that may just be the way you need to go. Only $50 difference. I'm not sure how much shipping is. And here's the big one. The biggest question that we've got out of this whole thing is, did the Fuel X Pro do exactly what I wanted it to do? It's undetermined. I did get a lot of other things that I didn't know that I wanted to be fixed, like an easier startup, like improved throttle response. When you hit the gas, it goes. Smoothness throughout the power band. I do appreciate all of those things. So I'm definitely not going to return it. I'm happy with the purchase. I'm going to keep it. I am, however, going to continue to search for that elusive my weight with a 65 mile an hour speed limit. Thank you for coming this far. If you've never watched my review, I'm going to link it up top as well. I cover a lot of the same thing, a lot of the concerns that I've had, a lot of the adjustments that I've done on the bike already. So the biggest question is, am I happy with the purchase? It's a big yes. It's a win. It's a win in a lot of areas. I just haven't caught that speckled unicorn yet. So I'm going to keep chasing that. Hey, if you got any value out of this, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Love to hear some comments and feedback for y'all. Have you bought a Fuel X Pro? Have you bought the ECM? Have you noticed any difference? What kind of upgrades have you done? What kind of bike do you ride, and where do you ride? That is all that I have got for you. Thank you from Southwest Colorado Adventures. And this is Ron signing out.